What's up? In this video we're back at it and we will be adding an option for training so that you can train for more than those 15 minutes we have right now. So basically what I imagine is that we will have some options up here where you can say I want to train for 1 hour or 4 hours and 8 hours, and depending on how long you train, the training will be less efficient. So if you're training for 8 hours, for instance, you won't get as many gains as if you train for 15 minutes at a time. So let's get to it. The first thing we will work at, as per usual, are the data models. So let's go first define the lengths. Go to constants within Drizzle. At the bottom, we will add some training speeds. So we go port const training speeds. And we will have something like 15 minutes, which is the current value, 1 hour, 4 hours, and 8 hours. I think this is what the content team requested. And we'll also export the type already. I'm sure we will be needing that. And next we need to add it to the actual data model. So we go to schema Drizzle. And we need to go to the user data. So that's the user table. And here we already have a field for when the user starts training. We will add another one here saying training speed, because this has to be stored on the user so that we can use it. And it has to be an enum, training speed, and default to 15 minutes. Oh. And it should be not null. So everybody gets this setting. And why is it complaining? No. It seems maybe I mistyped this. Training speeds. Okay, so we forgot to set this as const. There, and once it updates, it should be happy, because now it's a read only. Yes, so let's try pushing this to the database. That worked out well. And then we restart the container just to make sure it's all propagated. Next up, I think we should go. Let's think, should we start? Let's maybe start with the backend endpoint for actually updating this training speed. So I think all training endpoints, gRPC endpoints, are in the profile router. And we already have one endpoint for update user. So we will make a new one saying update user training speed. No copilot help, so update training speed, protected procedures, sounds right. A speed as an input, also right, but it has to be an enum. Let's keep going to see if it can. I think we should fix this one immediately. This has to be a sort enum of training speeds, and we probably have to import this. Let's just go up here and do that immediately. Same place as this one. Okay, and then let's see if it can figure out how to write the mutation. Come on. Let's see. Okay, so first up it gets the user. I think this has to be fetch regenerated user, and that one, let's copy paste it from somewhere else. Regenerated Okay, and we go back here. Good. And we don't have to force regen. Then this one does not guarantee a user, so the first guard we have to do is if the user exists. If not, we throw an error. I guess we do not want to be able to change the training speed if the user is training something. So currently training. So if this one is set, check the type here. Yeah, so if this is set, cannot change training speed while training. That's correct. It does not matter if the user is sleeping. Then we, at this point, I guess we're ready to update. So we set the training speed to the input speed, where the user is this is correct. And then we return based on whether or not that was successful. So this endpoint looks good, I think. Let's just think if, I think this is all we need here. Let's see, I think we need some backend settings stuff. So here we have a libs for training, and I could imagine we would need, before we start implementing front-end stuff, I think we need to create the logic for this training efficiency. So we do get training efficiency and export const get stat training efficiency. So here we have a method that takes in a training speed. We need to import this from this place, training speed. Oh, and while we're at it, we have introduced TypeScript aliases, so we can update all of these to import from here. Anyways, this method takes in a training speed, and then it needs to return an efficiency. So let's say we switch the speed. Then we have a case where it's 15 minutes. Am I doing something wrong? Let's see. For 15 minutes, we have 100% efficiency. I forgot this one. There we go. Then we had the 1 hour. In that case, let's, yeah, these are not final values. Let's just go one down. 4 hours, return 80, sounds good. 8 hours, return 70. This seems good. And let's add a default as well. So if something else, then we throw an error. Valid training speed, sounds good. 4 hour, need some S. So that's it for the efficiency. I guess we also need one for how much energy we spent depending on the training speed. Because if we're training for 8 hours, we need to deduct our energy slower. So let's do get training energy per second. I think right now for training we're using this, so it's hard coded at 0.1. And basically we need to get completely rid of this one and make it dynamic depending on the speed. Let's get energy spent per second. Still takes a training speed as input. And we need to switch on the speed, and then it's 0.1, but that just means we're spending 0.1 energy per second. So after 10 seconds, we've spent 1 energy. And actually that doesn't add up to 15, that adds up to 16 or something like that. So I think to get this right, we should do 100, which is the number of energy we have, divided, and then we have 15 minutes, and we have 60 seconds. So this becomes 600, 100, 900, and 100 divided by 900. Yes, I think this is right. So we need to do it like this. And for this one down here, because we have 1 hour, the energy spent per second will be lower, and that corresponds with that, putting the 60 minutes here. And for, yeah, so I think this is correct. This one is 4 hours. This one, it's 8 hours. Like this. So probably this is everything. We should replace this one everywhere now, just so we're sure. So everywhere we're importing this, we need to get rid of it and import this one instead. We need to give it the user data training speed. And we just need to go through all the files that use it to do this. User data training speed. This one, we want to be able to remove it, so let's just do that. User data training speed and profile. User data training speed. Perfect. So why was it? Because it's user here. And this is just a Jupyter notebook, so that's not important. That's not part of the game. So let's think, are there any more backend stuff we could need to fix up here? Otherwise we will start on the front end, I think. So if we go to the training, I like having all the backend stuff done before we start here. So now we can create these tabs. We can maybe show the efficiency of the training here in the subtitle. Then I think one thing we're missing, so here, this is the stop training router. So this is where we actually calculate how much we update in the database. And here we probably need the efficiency. This we're missing. Get stat training efficiency. No, it's a stop training endpoint. So this one, it needs to be multiplied by that efficiency times 0.0. No, because that efficiency is in like 100, so forth. So it has to be divided by 100. Does it work better if we do this? That looks horrible. I can also maybe 0.01 here. I'm not liking prettier with this, but this is correct, isn't it? So this one returns 190, yeah, so it'll be either 1.0 or 0.9, 0.8, 0.7. Good, I think that is all the backend. Let's close all the files and then go to the front end, training grounds. This one. So let's see, where do we need to put, we need some nav tabs for sure. I think also we are fetching the users doing this hook several times. That's a little bit annoying, I think. Maybe should we optimize that now? I guess we might as well. If we have user Okay, and then so basically I don't like that we are running this every time. Are we also running it in the next component? Yes. So let's just pass it into the stats training and jutsu training components instead. And the way that we can do this is we need to define an interface that, let's do training props, because it's for both of them the same. And we do user data, and it needs to be this type, user with relations. We import it from this place. Also update these type aliases. So we have user with relations, and it needs to be not nullable. So that's the thing. If we're fetching it like this, then this could be null, and then we have to check that all the time, which is just annoying. Non-nullable. We do like this and have this one take it as an argument, and also the next one. Then we just need to go here. Both of these we can do like this. Then we're missing the okay, but this one we can also do from the gRPC utilities. So we're doing a little bit of refactoring here. I didn't know about this until recently. Should have used it all the time, but I didn't. So every time we do await refetch user, instead we do utils profile get user invalidate, because that's the query actually fetching the user. We do await. And probably we have to do it down in the other component as well for jutsu training. So let's say we have refetch user, only this instance, profile get user invalidate. That means we're no longer using the refetch user. Good, and we're getting the user data now as a prop. So instead of doing this entire thing, we can get user data from the props. And then we know this is not nullable or non-nullable. Oh, not in this one, but in this one. Perfect. Good. A little bit of refactoring. Then we need to define our new endpoint, which was for the, what did we call it? Change speed or something. Is changing. Change speed. I just have to look up what the name was we gave it. Change update user update training speed was the name. So we get that and we use it here. And training message, everything else I think is absolutely fine. We can do the loading thing, add that to our overall loader. That's good. And now that we have the user data, we should probably import a few more things. So we need get efficiency, get strat training efficiency. So now go here, we can say get efficiency equal to user data training speed. And then we can show our efficiency in the subtitle. So let's say, what should we name it training, because it has to be room for it. So we do percentage efficiency. Now it's 100% efficiency because the default we set on the database was 15 minutes. So next up, we need some tabs so we can actually change this efficiency. And I don't think we're importing the nav tabs here. Let's find a place where we import nav tabs in this one. So we import the nav tabs and then we see how they are used, like that. And all the context boxes has this top right content. Yes, I think we can just paste here. And then we need the options with which are the training speeds. We haven't imported those yet. And training speeds. They're not fails because I saved, but the options need to be this, and the set value should change speed. Is that what we call this? Yes. This current value has to be user data training speed. This one complains because it does not allow taking read-only. That's probably something we can just allow. So now we're in the nav tabs component. I think we can just do read-only string, allow it to take this type as well. Shouldn't be an issue at all here. So that means that red line should go. And here it's any. Not good, but it might work. So see, it already pops up here. It looks good. Let's try changing. And if we change this, then we change the speed. We call this and we update the user. So yeah, this seems to work. So now we can change the training speed. Did the efficiency update as well? Yeah, 90% efficiency. So this is all good. Let's see, are we missing anything? So if I actually start training now, will it be doing the right thing? Then it will start training. So we'll use this one, which we didn't change. When we stop training, we get the efficiency, we have the energy spent. And everywhere where we count the energy, we also updated to use this. Let's just try to see. Now we're going at 1 hour. I'm pretty sure this is actually working as intended. It went down 1. Yeah, you can't change it while you're already training, so that's good. That worked. Pretty critical feature. Yeah, I think actually this was it. So I will just update this to use the right type alias. And this one as well, you can use the server. Seems to be going slower than your usual pace, which is good. So I think this is it. I will commit this and then it should be live in a few minutes time. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next video.